Monbasa, Mvita, Kariangofo Ghost Mystic. This is Funda. That is the name I told you. It means donkey. This is Ndigiri. It still means donkey. This is Kariangofo. I told you in the past, I use the word Kariangofo because the Kenyan Carrier Corps during the First World War served the British Empire, and we had a problem pronouncing Carrier Corps or Courier Corps. So we called them Kariangofo. So when I talk of Kariangofo, I am simply talking of a soldier's unit, a military unit, a carrier. By then they didn't have machines, so the African people carried the goods for them, the ammunition, but they also learned to fight, to fire, because in a battlefield, every scenario was possible. I'm letting you glimpse into a forbidden world, a world of mysticism, a world of secrets. The esoteric world is opposed to the exoteric world. What is esoteric world? An esoteric world means a world full of secrets. Secrets that other people don't know. Exoteric means normal, ordinary, what everybody knows. But esoteric means you are privy to information that other people don't have. And mostly it's done in societies, in groups, in organizations where you are in full possession of information. I'm letting you glimpse into this world, the world of esotericism. Now, please carry the message that I'll give and go with it and think over it. And this brings me back to a preacher who I knew in Nakuru town, where I was formerly before I came here. He used to preach, a very good preacher. He will preach, and after that, he will take his Bible and run away. And he used to tell people, God is not your grandmother. God is not your shosho. God is not your mom. So God is fair to everybody. And he used to tell people, he's delivering the message, so carry and go. And because he also would make fun the way we have problems pronouncing carry and go, he would call it Kariango. So when I say Kariango, understand, it's carry and go. Kariangofo means a carrier corps, a courier corps member, a military division. I'm using this because I'm delivering messages that would not have been delivered under normal circumstances, and there will be a lot of opposition, a lot of controversies, a lot of asking whether I am in a position to authoritatively talk about these issues. Some will say they are myths. Others are going to say they are things that have been gotten from the science fiction. But it's okay. Get the message. Go and think about it. Kariango. I am talking this from Kenya, a place where there is the fort of Jesus. There's a fort at Monbasa called for Jesus. Monbasa Mvita means, Monbasa is a town, was a town of war. Mvita is war. So in short, we just say war warrior. Now I'm going to take you to a place that we are all forbidden to go. To a place that everybody who is recognizable in this world will always tell you when you get to that position, you are being nonsensical, you are being primitive, you're going insane, your brain is not working, you have a mental problem, you are having hallucinations. Name them. This is a world of mysticism. What is mysticism? Is it animism? A place of miracles, wonders, things that are beyond our understanding. And yes, please allow me, because I know most governments have said, most people have said, and I know as I start putting this thing forward, I'm going to be put in the same category. Yes, a person in the conspiracy category. A person with mental derailment. A person who is not normal. A person who wants to give his imaginations. A person who wants to mislead the world. Because that is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be esoteric. Knowledge for a few. Knowledge for a defined group. Knowledge that is consumed within a group with secrets. I'm going to talk of mysticism. Mysticism talks of magical, talks of strange things. I talked about planets. I talked about the Ethiopian Bible, the one with many books. Find out from the past videos how many and whatever they are. And if you can't find out from there, find from the internet. By the way, the Bible is not one book. There are those with 66. There are those with 71? And the other one, I don't know how many. We'll find out. As I talk about this, I talk about creation. I talk about existence. I talk about things that we were taught from being young, things that people tell us they don't know anything about, things that belong to a certain elite, secretive group that is supposed to possess the knowledge. Esoteric. This world is a magical world. Now, I know you people are about to start shouting magical. Yes, it's a magical world. There are other magical worlds. By magical, I mean spiritual. But what is spirit? That is the ability to affect and effect certain activities within a given realm, within a given environment. I'm talking about mystic, because when we are brought up in a mystic manner. God can do everything. Believe and it shall happen. And in many cases it happens, because this is a mystic world. When we were young, we were taught that you are supposed to have good behavior, interact well with your neighbors and everybody, the environment, and praise God. And when you pass on from this place, you will go to a place with better life. I know some of you are thinking I'm going to say like the scientists say that there's no such a place, or like the atheists say there's no such a place. No, there is. There are places. I'm not crazy. I'm giving you reality. Every religion, every belief has a visitation time. That's why when you talk of Hinduism, it's earlier than Buddhism, and Buddhism is earlier than Christianity, and so forth, and so on, and so on. Because there was a time of visitation. What has caused these visitations? It is the secret word. The word that we don't want to mention. No, we don't want to mention about it, because it's imaginary. It is illusionary. This term they call aliens. If I move from here to another town, I'm called an alien. But the human population does not understand alien from that perspective. I'm going to talk about this term, alien, from the perspective of the world, not from the perspective of the meaning. When we talk of alien, we think of creatures that are different from us, that are intelligent and true to the world. They are. Every country in the world has denied, though in the unclassified reports, they have eventually come to the same thing. They are. Why was the big secrecy there? Because you can't keep sightings secret. You can't keep interaction secret. You can't keep technology that we get from this thing secret. So why struggle to keep everything secret? Some don't struggle to keep the thing secret. They are ordered to keep the thing secret. And that is where we are. Yesterday, I decided to venture into YouTube. By the way, I'm very grateful to YouTube. YouTube, long live. YouTube, you've done a lot for me. And I think for the rest of the world. So I went to YouTube and tried to find out about alien species on Earth. And it was interesting. There are some things I've seen in the former videos that were fished. I told you I was seeing videos from the MUFON hangar files. Other places I had an interest. And some of those things came. Now not as fiction, but things that have been put by whistleblowers. Mark this, whistleblowers, people who have experienced abductions, people who have had implants from these things, people who have been carried in alien spaceships, taken and brought back. Yes, those mad people. And their description is very interesting. Just like the ones we see in video games. Yes, there are video games that act a certain planet, a certain thing, and these now are things that have been thought of by people as characters in these programs. And that's where it becomes interesting. Because there are things that we can create in computers. And they move like real animated things. Yes. There are times when in video games you can put on things on your ears and you appear into this illusionary world. Is it illusionary? Because you can be able to watch it on the screen. And you be part of the characters in that video. You play the game, real. But if there is pain, there are crashes, you don't feel the pain, you don't feel the crash, but you are an active actor within those characters. Now, that thing is called simulation, making you similar to what is there. Yeah, they make you similar. You simulate. So human beings, we simulate. The superior power, God, and the others don't simulate. Simulation is putting something in an electrical, in a programmable way that you see it when electricity passes within it. You can partake to it, but it's non-existent in our real world here. The higher entities don't do that. They don't simulate. They create. That is the difference. Because what they put into reality becomes into being. What we program becomes similar to what we are thinking about. A mountain, yes, similar. Effects, similar, but it's not real. But the higher spiritual create. They don't simulate. So, what am I talking about? In the Ethiopian Bible, we talked about icons. Go back to the past videos. Icons are creators. And icons are given names according to the planets, according to the stars. Those are icons. Through it, they program. And what they program comes into existence. I'm going to bring you to a magical planet that I came along this place. We were told when we were young, when you die, you will go to heaven. In Kiswahili, we were told, ukifa utaenda Ahera. When you die, you will go to Ahera. And now, I'm coming to a mystical planet, almost the size of the Earth, that is moving around in the rotation of a system with two planets, two suns, not two planets, two suns. Ours is a planetary system with one sun. Others say there is a sun that is supposed to be called Nemesis, that is supposed to be a twin to solar. but nobody really knows about it. They suspect because of certain activities that have almost brought catastrophes to this world. Hera is also from that, but it comes to the point that people from Hera, not people, aliens from Hera, have interacted with people on earth, affected people on earth, and caused what we have as religion. Mystic, spiritual, real deep. It is a spiritual planet. And the beings on Hera are almost like us in composition, but they are more spiritual. They don't eat like we eat. They feed on wisdom. There is a word they used it. That's why when you saw the book Wisdom of Solomon, when you saw creation is God, Sophia, and when Sophia degenerates, comes into the physical things that we have, they're able to experience things almost at that level. They're almost like us in composition, because a human being, I told you the other time, programmed carbon, water. 75% of a human body is water, by the way. That's why the Quran says, and from the water we created them. True, 75% of you is water. Another is carbon and these other elements. And the part that we have never put into perspective is you are partially light. That's why your body, under certain circumstance, in a dark place, radiates certain wavelengths of light from you. The people from Hera are mostly of the light creation. That is a planet where everything is cool. There is peace. There is, in that planet, because of the nature and everything, there is no suffering. There is no disease. And most of the mechanical things they use, they don't make it on Hera. They go to other planets. I understand there are about 4 planets neighboring Hera that are also populated by aliens. So they do most of their things, but theirs is a green planet. They have interacted with nature, and nature, the planet, the soul, the spiritual soul of that place has interacted with them. They are able to travel mentally. They are able to teleport to places within a short time, and they are there. They are able to affect and effect other planets. And they have affected us and effected us religiously. There are other entities that have also affected us and effected us religiously, but for now, I'm just talking about those of Hera. It looks like an imaginary place, a mystic place, but it has had a big impact on our religious thinking. That's why when I was talking of faith, I told you that we have abilities beyond what we understand. We have capabilities beyond what we know. You have capabilities, but there is control from other entities. And those entities are what have caused what is happening. So we are talking of entities that came previously, entities that are in control now with certain missions. Entities that want to control the world. Entities that feed on human beings. People know. Some entities live underground in ground caverns, several places. You've heard, but you'll be told as science fiction. Nothing like that exists. Those are imaginary things. They are not imaginary, they are real. And there are those that live on other planetary systems. They consider the atmosphere and everything we live in as poisonous. Some of them look at us, we see their design. The photos are some we are shown and we are told are imaginary, others are real. We look at them and we see them as being ugly, and they look at us and see us as being ugly. But there appears to be a certain thing about us on Earth. Our circulatory system and many other things appear to be unique than from those other places. So, in most cases, we are what you call a basis of interbreeding with these foreign, imaginary beings. Some governments on this earth know, but they don't know. They know, yet they don't know. And that is the situation we find ourselves in. I was surprised to read that some of them are able to affect us and try to control the world. The most interesting thing was that they make people supplant other leaders so that people have a unified thing in readiness for them for takeover. So as you grapple with your world policies, not that thing, there is a lot of danger in policies. Go to the constitution. And certain changes in constitutions, avoid. Because those calling upon them may be those that are being influenced to effect and affect a change that will lead to that. Call me crazy, call me mad. That thing was an eye-opener. And that's why I've started this on mysticism. Kariangofo goes mysticism. I'm just a carrier of the message. I am the donkey that carries the message. Funda. I am the degree, the donkey that carries the message. I told you what happened to my degree and whatever. So I came to realize degree still means donkey. And when I've done my purposes, send you the message. You can carry and go. You can carry and go. Make up your own mind. That's my take for now.